So I encourage all of you guys that have never voted before, um, that if you're old enough, you should think about registering to vote, and why I think that you should vote for Donald Trump. Um, you know, when I first heard of Donald Trump and I first started listening to a lot of the stuff that he had to say, I didn't really um, like him all too much because of a lot of the stuff that he said. Um, but as I've continued to listen to him, I have really come to appreciate Donald Trump. I've come to appreciate his honesty about the corruption and the rigged system in America. And I am happy that there's a person that has not been a politician before, but rather someone who is so sick and tired of the direction that our country's headed, and that he's willing to put a lot on the line and to risk a lot of things that he would have otherwise had he not ran, and basically sacrifice those things for the betterment of the country. And I think that is a humble undertaking, I guess you could say. And it shows me that he actually, I think, cares about the country. And I don't think that a lot of other people that run for president can say that, because most of them are politicians and they're so immersed and enmeshed into the whole system that the whole system really has become unfair and corrupt and dark. It isn't just, it isn't honest, it isn't the way that it ought to be, it isn't the way that it was set up to be. Um, we have gone so far from the roots, from the people that really laid down the foundation for this wonderful country that we live in. But not all is lost, and there's something to be said about Donald Trump's optimism and positivity when it comes to, his popular phrase, "Let's make America great again, greater, better than ever before." That's absolutely true, and that can become a reality as long as people believe it and as long as people go out and vote and make that change. For all the people that think that the voting system is all completely rigged, I'm not here to tell you that it isn't, but I am here to tell you that going out to vote isn't going to hurt anything, right? Um, it's not going to hurt anything, and it's not going to be a waste of your time. Because at the end of the day, even if the system was all completely rigged and your vote didn't matter, well, at least it mattered to you personally. At least it mattered to all the other people that know you, and saw you do something like that was good and positive and wanted to help. And at least it mattered in the sense that you exercised your right as an American citizen, which is a right that many other people do not have in other countries. And at least it matters in the eyes of God, because you're wanting to do better for your own country, and that's a good thing. So let's not become so negative and pessimistic and depressed over where a country is right now, but let us you know, look forward. Let's think about restoration. Let's think about solutions. Let's think about being positive. Let's think about things that we all can do, each one of us, um, to help better the situation. Because simply staying in a negative state isn't going to help anything. And if we really believe that the system is rigged, then those people that believe that should be the ones that go out and try to change it. Try to use the things that are out there, you know, exercise those things that you can, whatever they are, to try to change the system back to the way that it ought to be. Um, I recently watched a video here on YouTube where this guy basically said that Donald Trump is an insult to America's intelligence. And I responded in a comment that I'd like to read by saying that saying that only experienced people in politics can get the job done is actually the problem that our country has. Now, see, this this person was basically saying, I don't understand, why would people want to vote for Donald Trump? He thinks that he's an insult to America's intelligence because you have President Obama and you have Hillary Clinton and you have Bernie Sanders and you have all these other Democrats, and they're so experienced and they're so knowledgeable and they're politicians, and that's what they do. They're the most qualified to run the country, right? You know, it would seem like that, right? And then he compared it to, a LeBron James player. Who would you want playing basketball? A skilled basketball player or somebody that doesn't know how to play basketball? But see, that's kind of a false comparison because you're talking about two different things. That's like trying to compare, apples to broccoli, but an apple is a fruit and broccoli is a vegetable. If you're going to make a comparison, you got to make it fair. And, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't think that way. So they use these false comparisons to try to push their point home. But understand this. And this is what I said. I said, but apparently this person does not understand that. What we need is not some experienced leader in politics who wants to act like king and grow government, but rather a humble, honest, God-fearing, and fair leader who will listen to the American people and obey the laws of the land and honor the Constitution. That is why Donald Trump resonates with the American people, because he is more like you and me that are reading this. He was never a politician and is funding his own campaign. He speaks the truth about the corruption and rigged system in America, regardless if he gets laughed and attacked at. That's something to be said about that. That's noble. That's admirable. Someone can be the most experienced and knowledgeable at something, but if they lack loyalty, honesty, love, justice, mercy, fairness, and all of these godly attributes, then who cares how experienced and knowledgeable they are, because it all amounts to nothing at the end of the day. You may think Donald Trump is unwise and not skilled to be America's leader, but think about this. Corinthians 1:27 and 28 say, but God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things that are mighty. And base things of the world, and things which are despised, hath God chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. God could very well be using Donald Trump to help bring about a change that would be pleasing to God. To basically reform this country, to create an America that once was, but no longer is. God can raise up mighty kings. He can turn bad and evil into good. These are his things that he has showed us over and over again throughout scriptures. So, while people may look at Donald Trump as though he would be unfit and unskilled to be a leader of America because he isn't a politician, because he has no experience in politics or in government, that doesn't necessarily follow that he would make a bad leader. Because really, at the end of the day, the president is not to act like a king. A president is to be one that honors the Constitution, listens to the American people, and is fair and honest and just and loving and really God-fearing. These are the things that would make an excellent leader. These are the kind of traits that you want in a good president. And also someone that you can look throughout their entire record, and find, are they really who they say they are? Of course, you're not going to find a perfect candidate. Donald Trump's not perfect. And, there's many things that he could definitely improve on, as we all can. But you have to really listen to what he's saying, and the things that he says about Hillary Clinton and President Obama and the state of our country. A lot of these things are really true. Hillary Clinton's for all kinds of horrendous things. And just the fact that she lies, and she lied. And even the FBI director, they got the evidence for it. but yet the whole justice system is so corrupt that she was basically let go. No punishment, no consequences, and yet there's other people that have done far worse than her and have had their whole lives and careers completely destroyed. So that just shows you how corrupt the whole justice system is. You can't have a country unless you follow and obey the laws of the land. And not only that, but Hillary Clinton also thinks it's okay to grant citizenship to people that have come here illegally. That basically rewarding those who broke the law. This is not what we want America to stand for. We want a strong leader, someone who will follow the laws, someone who won't let crime go unpunished. So I hope other people, think about this. Think about, the extreme importance of voting, and really the significance of Donald Trump's campaign and just the fact of all of the stuff that he's saying. So I hope this is an eye-opener, and I really encourage everybody to really back Donald Trump. Even if you don't like his little insults here and there, or that, listen to really the meat of what he has to say. Listen to his plans. Listen to what, all that he has to say. And then if you think that, he is good, and if you think he is real, and he's not a bought and paid for politician, then vote for him. You have nothing to lose. So hope everybody's having a great day, and remember, don't get discouraged by negativity in this world. Remember the truth. Think about the truth. Think about God, and think about what God would want, right? Always remember the truth. Always follow the truth. Always think of the truth. And let the truth of the scriptures guide you in your decisions and in your life. And ask God to remove those demons from you. Remove these evil spiritual forces from you. Remember, everyone, this is not just a political battle in this country. And it isn't just, person versus person, or leader versus leader, or physical warfare. This is spiritual warfare. This is good versus evil. And the good will always win. Light is way more powerful than the dark. But the dark is always trying to get you, and you have to block it out. So, with that, take care.